I want to bring in Mike McCaul, Republican Congressman from the state of Texas. Congressman McCaul joins me now.
Hey, Stuart.
Good to see you, sir. I'm a little confused here.
Sure.
We've got a Texas official saying he's going to guarantee that the lights stay on and the air conditioning keeps on going. But we've heard a lot about rolling blackouts coming in various parts of the country. Who do you blame for this?
Well, you know, in Texas, we had the freeze. We were not prepared for that. It was below 0 degrees. That doesn't normally happen in Texas. What does happen in Texas, and I've been on this planet for 60 wonderful years and a native Texan, I live in Austin, is the heat. It's very predictable. It's going to be 105 degrees this weekend. But heat is nothing new, and we're prepared for that. We do have a new leadership at ERCOT. We have the generators that are weatherized. We're the #1 energy producer. So I think we are prepared for this, and I don't think there's any reason to really, call for panic in the situation. I do think, Stuart, innovation is key here. You know, smart grids. I mean, a lot of the energy is burned in these office buildings. If we had smart grids, it would turn the power off when no one's there. I think that's a smart way to conserve energy rather than telling people to turn up their thermostats. So we're prepared for the summers in Texas. It's more the winters that are, I think, more the problem.
Got it. I want to move on to a different subject. We've got this massive migrant caravan that is headed towards our southern border. Texas, of course, is a border state. Could be the largest caravan in history. What are you going to do when it arrives? Did they just walk in? Is there any way to stop this?
Well, the policy of this administration is throw the welcome mat out and let them come in. We've had 2.7 million encounters since Biden took office. We can't absorb this. And I know they say every state's a border state, but my state is taking the brunt of this migration phenomena. And this caravan is very interesting. It's about 10 to 15,000. But what's interesting to me, Stuart, is where they're coming from. They're coming from Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua. These are the 3 countries being boycotted at the Summit of America, get together in Los Angeles this weekend, next weekend. And AMLO, the Mexican, president, has allowed them to come in. He is also boycotting the Summit of the Americas because Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua are not invited to that summit. So this is really interesting. These are 4 nation adversaries in Latin America, all coming up at the same time, about 15,000 of them in protest of the Summit of Americas.
There's an awful lot of talk about $5 gas being a deliberate move on the part of the Democrats because of the Greens within the Democrat Party. There's a lot of talk about the border being open because that's what the Democrats want. You agree with that? Deliberate $5 gas, deliberate open border?
Well, I think, to me, I think it's political suicide. Yeah. If you want gas prices to reach $6 a gallon, that's reminiscent of Jimmy Carter, when I was growing up. And I don't think that's very smart. We can't produce this energy in the United States and become energy independent again. This administration doesn't want to go down that road. They want to go hat in hand to Saudi Arabia and beg for, them to lift their production. How crazy is that foreign policy? And then you look at the border, wide open. They have made no effort to secure it. In fact, they rescinded the Remain in Mexico policy, the migration protection protocols under the prior administration. They were actually working. I talked to Jay Johnson, the former secretary under Obama of Homeland Security. He tried to get Remain in Mexico, but Mexico wouldn't agree to it at that time. Guess what? Trump was able to get Mexico to agree to it with a heavy hand, and it was working. And they reversed this entire policy.
It occurs to me that Texas is paying a very high price for energy policy and border policy. You are paying that price. Congressman, it's great to have you on the show. Please come back again soon.
Oh, Stuart, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, I'm going to show you the state of the market. This is where we go to the big board. We've got it right here in this brand new studio. You can see